Okay, so for today's Independent Station, you are going to be working on some notes. So you're going to take that half sheet that looks like this, and you are going to glue it onto page 39 in your journal. Okay, then on page 39, for your table of contents, you are going to write GCF. Okay, so page 39, you're writing GCF. Go ahead and glue that in, write that in your table of contents, and then push play when you're ready to go. Okay, so when we talk about GCF, this should be a little bit of a review from last year. So when we find the GCF, we are finding the greatest common factor. So I can find the greatest common factor of two numbers. Okay, so what is the greatest common factor between two numbers? This is the greatest, and I am emphasizing greatest because there are numbers that have common factors, but the greatest common factor is the biggest one. So is the greatest number that is divisible by both, again, that's a key, numbers. Okay, so we're going to follow these steps when we're finding the greatest common factor. The first one you're going to write, so you're going to list all factors for each number. Step 2, you're going to compare the lists and then find the greatest that they share. So greatest common number. Okay, so an example, 2 and 8. If I list out my factors of 2, factors, remember, are what you can multiply to get that number. So 1 times 2 gives me 2, and there's nothing else that I can multiply to get 2. So then I list out my factors of 8. I can multiply 1 times 8. I could multiply 2 times 4. And then there's nothing else that I could multiply to get 8. So now I'm going to do step 2, which is compare the list and find the greatest common number. So right here is my greatest common number. Therefore, the GCF of 2 and 8 is 2. Okay, you could also use a Venn diagram. I probably won't use that, but it is another way that you could see it. So in this circle over here, we're going to list the factors of 2, and we said that is 1 and 2. So both of them share 1, and both of them, we look at there, share 2. And then 8 also has 4 and 8. So then the greatest out of the ones that are shared is 2. So our greatest common factor is 2. Again, I probably won't use the Venn diagram. I will use the list. Okay. Then on your other side of your notes, we're going to take a couple more examples of looking at the GCF. So this is going to be on the right-hand side on page 40. To change my mind, you're going to do those notes with Mrs. Saltzgaber. So you are done with your independent station.